Welcome back everybody to another level 1 project. This one's called Cleanup Reverse. You can find the code and a working example at codezing.org/clean_reverse. You can just make your way to the website. It's going to be listed under the level 1 code. And we'll do Cleanup Reverse. It's basically going to take a text string here. Here is a test message. And what it's going to do is sort it alphabetically, but this one is in reverse order. There's another one, another project that's just called Cleanup and not reverse, and it does it alphabetical order. This one is alphabetical order, but reverse. So let's give it a try. And it takes each letter and sorts it alphabetically for you. You can see it takes the capitals and sorts them after the lowercase. You can also see how it sorts. Sorts all the symbols. Let's see, let's give that one a try. As you can see, it kind of does it in a little bit, not exactly what you would expect, right? There's a little tilde first, and then the lowercase letters, then underscore, and the caret, and then uppercase letters, then the @ symbol, and the question mark, then the numbers, and then the rest of the symbols. So, kind of quirky. I don't know why it's sorting those in order, that particular order, but either way, kind of cool. Alright, you can try to find a sentence with all of the letters of the alphabet. This one I know does. So you can see it's sorting it in alphabetical order, all the letters individually. So let's get the code and see how we can do that in Python. Click on View the Code, copy our code, and open your Spyder IDE. If you don't have Spyder or Python yet, head back to the website, follow the links to get Python. There's a video and instructions there on how to get it installed. It's free and open source, so make sure you do that if you haven't already. So this one's similar, so I'll go through it a little quicker. So first, it's setting the input, the user input, to the variable message. It's creating a blank string that we're going to use to append or add the letters to. And then it's creating a sorted message, but if you'll notice, the difference is this extra little variable reverse equals true. So in the regular cleanup, this was false by default, and so you can actually just leave it out. You can just leave it like that. It was on the regular cleanup. If you add reverse equals true, then it will reverse it, and then it loops through all the letters and appends them to the string with this clean message string plus the letter. So the new clean message string is equal to the old clean message string plus the letter. So let's give it a run, make sure this is going to work here. And sure enough, it does. We can print out each letter so you can kind of see what's going on in this for loop. If I do that, you'll see that it's actually looping through each letter individually. So each time it runs through this for loop, it's going to print a letter. So it's looking at the clean message list, which we can also print that out so you can see the clean message list. The print statement is a good way to kind of, especially for beginners, to be able to see what's going on. Later you can learn about debugging and kind of a much more complex but elegant way to do this. Print statements are kind of for people like us, for beginners, to be able to see things quick and easily, what's happening in the code. So let's do that message, and you can see that it's taking message and it's actually making it into a Python list. So lists are separated by these block brackets, and then each item in the list is a text string, so it's in quotes so that you know it's text, and then it's separating each one by a comma. So you can see it's taking each one, S, S, M, G, E, E, A. So it's automatically, this one line of code is sorting it and reversing it and putting it in a Python list. And then this for loop is going through each letter in that list and adding it to this message. So to print clean message string, we can actually watch it kind of build. You can watch it build that message. If we do that, we can see that it generates the list up here. This is making our reverse sorted list. And then in our for loop, it's finding the letter, adding that to the string, and then printing out a space. So it finds a letter, adds it to the string. Since the string started out blank up here, the first letter is the string is just an S. Then we get our blank. Then it finds the next letter, this S, and adds that to the string. Then it goes to the next letter M, and adds that to the string, G, E, E, A. And then at the end, it has added all of these letters that were in a list and made them into a string. And then at the end, it says, here's your clean message, and prints out that variable, which is now the reverse string. So you could, if you wanted to, right, you could just leave the for loop part out, and you would just get this back. But it looks a little confusing if you're a user. You've never used Python before. Seeing it in brackets with all the apostrophes and commas looks a little ugly, a little hard to use. So that's why I did this for loop, method to get it to append itself to a string and kind of build up this string as it goes through the for loop, and then you can print it out kind of clean for somebody to use. So fairly simple, kind of cool though. Feel free to play around with it. See if there are other variables that you can change. Rename the variables, rename the inputs. If there's something else that you think could be sorted, or a game that can be built around sorting things forward or backward, feel free to play around, try it out. If you ever break your code, where you just get errors and you can't understand what they are, feel free to post a comment or send me your code, ask questions. The team at CodeZing is here to help. But you can always go back to the original code and just copy it, paste it back in, and you're good to go again. But feel free to play around. No harm in breaking it. That's how you learn. So have fun, and we'll see you next time.